personality of the person under consideration and attributes that are merely acquired in the course of life. That is, a banker is an acquired quality. He works in Chevron, in an oil company. All these are things that may not last. They may not endure forever. One thing you should look out for are features that constitute the personality of the person concerned. If a man is caring, if you deal with him within 1 week, you are going to know. If he is honest, you will know. If he is God-fearing, you will definitely know. Even if he does not work, even if he has no money yet, he must be able to show that he is responsible one way or the other within the little resource. Let me give an example too that is personal. You know, in those days as students, our dream was to have a home in which the language of communication will be 100% Arabic. That was the dream. Unfortunately, the dream is partially achieved. In order to achieve this, I had to mandate my wife then, while we were both students in the university, I got her enrolled into the very Islamic school that produced me. The father liked it, and he took it upon himself to take her to madrasa and take her back on daily basis. Later on, a younger sister of hers also desired to attend the same Arabic school. But one thing my father-in-law noticed immediately was that my wife's younger sister kept demanding. She was asking for this fee, this money. At a point, the father opened up. But your sister never asked for all this. And the reality then was that I sent her there. I took it upon myself. I never allowed her to bother her father for any reason at all, even though then one was still a student. We were all still in the making. You can be able to know whether your man is responsible. And I said that if you can go, particularly for qualities, for features that pertain to the personality of that, but if he has lied to you 1 or twice, you can know that this person is not a honest man. If he has made an advance of fornication to you, and you can see that he's not restraining himself, you can know that this person can still turn adulterous after marriage. Concentrate on features that determine his personality. But acquired features, there are, and those features that also pertain as well to discipline. Please look at it, consider that very well. Then, unfortunately, our fathers, our parents are not here. And I don't think these discussions can be concluded without them. It has been proposed that if you are not yet ready for marriage, inshallah, I'm rounding up, don't go into it completely. But you see, as humans, wallahi, we have desires. These are realities. We have right to love, and we have right to be loved, even though we don't have the wherewithal for marriage. And this is why this issue must involve more parties than we are seated here. Let parents consider supporting their younger children about their marriage issues. There is no problem. I studied in the north, in Sokoto to be precise, and I knew very well as a student I had a number of mates that will just go for a vacation, and before we return for the next session, their parents has arranged a marriage, even though he was a student, but it was the responsibility of the father to take care of his son and his wife. Many of these fathers too started in that manner, and now they are on their own. It is not indulgence to allow a young man to stabilize maritally. That is a way of instilling sexual discipline. For if they cannot get married, they will be tempted to transgress the limit of Allah. Let Malams be saying till the end of the world, these people will have relationship. How can you convince a young man who has sighted a sister? Because the mentality of the young man is, if I should lose this sister, I may never be able to get, whereas the reality of life is the opposite. But you cannot convince a young man who has sighted a person he likes that he shouldn't start a relationship with her, even though that is the standard of Islam. If you are not ready for it, don't go into it. But we say parents who can assist by coming to the aid of young ones. Islamic communities can assist. Even government in Islamic countries sponsor marriages for young bachelors who do not have the means. May Allah continue to make it easy for us all.
Take care. Yeah, Jazakumullah khairan for that one. Okay, I have a sister who wants to ask a question now.
Yeah, thank you. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam.
To start with, everybody is blaming ladies, sisters, women. You're like, we are too demanding, we are too this, we are too that.
Speak up.
I'm sorry, but what I want to try to ask is that no male will see me as a person selling pepper in the market and will walk up to me and tell me, sister, I'm interested in you. We don't even know, he concluded he doesn't even want to know if I'm a graduate or not. Do you understand? But what I want to ask is that this thing is very common among guys, male in general. When you start with them from the scratch, like you suffer with them, blah blah blah, when they have nothing or something, and at the point when they get job, maybe they are now a graduate and something like that. Oh my best, ni wo ni wa. Oh my ni pe ọkùnrin yẹn, oh ti lè mọ̀ àwọn tí wọ́n bá lọ́wọ́, ìwọ ni wà lọ máa wù. I don't blame sisters. I will say it. I have other brothers at home as well. But at the same time, kí ló dé àwọn ọkùnrin ṣe máa ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀? As in, it's too common. That is when they will know one side highs, ó ti dà. Or you have a K-leg. Or apá kan kò ṣe kò bára wọn mu. Ẹni tí kò mọ bẹ́ẹ̀ suffer tẹ́lẹ̀ just everything. Normal Mamu as the first lady. Why is it that? I don't blame sisters for many of their reasons why they are doing I want my man to be rich. I want him to be able to take care of me, blah blah blah. I think I will stop there. Thank you.
Jazakumullah khairan. Big thank you to you for the courage. Assalamu alaikum.
Oh, sisters. Wallahi, I love that question. Wallahi. But I want to ask us, I want us to think. If a brother comes to you and he proposes to you, and you said, okay, I agree to marry you, just for a reason. The fear of Allah, and things get well. Do you have to bother about those things? Maybe I should ask, do you have to bother about those things? Those things you just mentioned, do they have to bother you? They don't. Yorùbá máa ń pòwe kan, ọmọ ẹni ẹni tá a bá nọjà la máa ń wò. Àbí I can't remember that adage. The proverb. Look. Assalamu alaikum. I'm talking from experience. Forget I might be looking small, I don't know, but I'm talking from experience. I married my father's second wife for him. Not because my mother is there. My mother is alive. She wasn't happy. She wasn't comfortable with it. Unfortunately, I'm her only daughter, so she has nothing to do. She was just angry, this, that. I just kept quiet. And along the line, she got to realize that it's important. I'm telling you, sisters, you have to face it. It's a reality we must face. Do you know why? A time will come in a man's life, he would need a companion. Not that your mother is worn out, maybe I should use that word. Not that she's no longer important in your life, in his life. But there seems to be another position for her, different from what she used to be. Not that he's deserting her. He's not deserting her. He's not living outrightly. I wouldn't want to quote from the Quran now, but let me tell us something. I don't know why we are bothered. We are the ones that want to go to registry. Why do we want to go to registry? Let me ask. For the purpose of traveling, I know it's a lie. It's all gimmick. I know it's because you do not want your man to take another wife. And it's not part of Islam. Allah has said in the Quran, tell the believing men to marry the believing women. If you are marrying if you know within you that you fear Allah and Allah alone, whatever your husband says he wants to do, wallahi, you will give it up to him. wallahi, He will give it up to Him. Even if you know within you that you are not pleased, just tell Allah that, Allah, you know I'm not too comfortable with this, but I know you will take charge. And inshallah, He will take charge. So why are we bothering ourselves? Why? Okay, because the woman is not educated, the man decides to take another wife. Is that the issue? Or probably the woman is, maybe she I don't know. Maybe she's disabled or something, and the man decides to take another wife, and you are bothered. Why not leave everything to Allah? Let me tell you something. I do say this. If women give, as in if you have to sacrifice, give sacrifice and submit to Allah. Believe in Allah. Let Allah alone take charge, and you will see that those offsprings of yours, they will take absolute charge of those things you think you have suffered, you have lacked. Allah. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Jazakumullah khairan. Takbir.
I just want to go to social side of it because we have been talking about religion, Quran all the time. I just want to advise my sisters and my daughters that are here. They normally say that the mother-in-laws, they are wicked, or the brother-in-laws, they are wicked. I just want to give you a tip. In those days, when our mothers married, like what our brothers have been saying, that they grow up from a polygamous home. You know, when a junior wife will be married, she will be serving the older ones. And you will see, they will be joined together and nobody will even see their side. So for you, again, that is just coming to a home, you know, to join to a home is not that easy. For the home to accept you, you need to do some PRO. PRO in the sense that your mother-in-laws, they are there for you. You need to take care of them. I'm not saying that because doing that this time around, many of us, we are not washing our clothes again. I'm not saying that you should go and be washing your mother-in-law's clothes. But if it is a little something, you can give either cash or kind. You can give. During Salah, you can decide to just give something, or even the small brothers and sisters that your husband has. I remember when I got married to my family, my husband's family, the family is not so big. But during Salah, what I normally do for the girls, I will buy earring for them. I buy earring, I dash them, I give to them. The boys, I may buy shirt, singlets, or some other thing to give to them. You know, from there, the affection will be there. The affection will be there because you are just coming from another home. They don't know you. There is something your husband saw in you that attracted him to you. You have to do something to attract you to them. So what I'm saying in essence is that please don't neglect your mother-in-law or your sister-in-law or your brothers-in-law. Give small something to them. It may attract them. Like my sister said the other time that anytime Banaja Lanwo Akiwaruwoja, at times we need a lot to Waruwoja. See your connector so but some prayer you have done, you know, those people will say, no, Yahweh is good, Yahweh is good. Small thing. In our working place, we normally do some PROs, and maybe those of them that bring contracts. When the manager of the work now, maybe after giving you contracts, we are not saying in Islam, but you know, another contract you want to give. That person now, when I gave him contract, he gave me certain percentage. Let us give it this one to him. So please, don't overlook any small thing can attract you to your family, to your husband family. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Takbir. That's a motherly advice for you right there. After this 2 questions, we're going to take a short break. Okay, we're going to take 5 minutes break for Nasheed and 1 or 2 other important things. Let's take this question, please.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Please, I just want to give a scenario. This has to do with married to the married. It is actually unfortunate that during courtship, or even if it is the shortest period, there is usually this kind of a romantic messages from both ends. But not far from the marriage time, everything seems to end so fast that the females are always at the end of asking for it. That what happened to those beautiful messages that we used to get from the spouses? But it is now like